words from the wise encourage you, carries all.
Hi, this is Darius March from Into the Mantle. I just wanted to talk about the G4 coverage of the San Diego Comic-Con. I was very stoked about hearing that Attack of the Show would be covering the Comic-Con, and I caught some of the footage, and well, I have to admit that I was a bit disappointed. I expected a lot more from G4. Well, just a little dismayed that there wasn't much actual coverage. There was just a lot of footage of the hosts, one of which, it was Olivia Munn and the guy, and a lot of what looked like fanboys just sort of ogling Olivia Munn. Not really, even in costume, there wasn't a lot going on in the background, unfortunately. And it didn't seem like the hosts did any kind of interviews with people in costume, which was a little bit disappointing. There was really no footage from the floor, actually no footage of the comics themselves. It was called the Comic-Con. If you look at the footage itself, there wasn't much unique to the coverage. They didn't have any sneak peeks. They didn't have any sneak trailers or sneak peeks of new toys or comics or even collectibles. Just a cursory sort of coverage of the entire affair. The show was hosted by Olivia Munn and the guy, and for almost the entire duration of the coverage, there was a wild pack of fanboys and just ogling Olivia Munn. It almost looked like they should have a sneeze guard, like a 6-foot tall sneeze guard, just to protect them. Olivia Munn, who's 5'7", according to IMDb. They would have needed just a sneeze guard and maybe some sandbags to protect Olivia Munn from the Drool Fest. So you can take a look at really what their modus operandi was, and just take a look for yourself. No special feature trailers. They didn't do much in-depth coverage of Tron 2. I know that the trailer was released in the last week. And the only footage you can find online of this is a bootleg from inside a preview theater. They didn't have any additional footage on G4 or anything like that. So I have to say I was a bit dismayed. They did have some interview with fans who had seen The Watchmen, the feature-length movie, but it wasn't in depth. The gentleman who they interviewed just went on about how he had been looking forward to the film for about 10 years, and that it did not disappoint. So I guess we can bank on that. Not many interviews with people in costume. I think they did interview with Tony Stark, but I have to say, this is the kind of coverage that you get with a cable show. I anticipated that they would have some kind of budget, a production budget, and they'd be able to at least feature some exclusives on the films. It was not something to remember. Focus on the fans. I don't see how the G4 Attack of the Show could get away with not featuring the fans. Like I said, they did some interviews, but it was not anything to remember. Some parts of upcoming films and movies, it's clear that they're trying to appease the fanboys with all this, but each time they seem to be coming up short. So next time, Attack of the Show, and same goes for G4. I love the G4 the gaming features that they have on that, but this was a little subpar. So. Looking forward to next year, and this is Darius March at Into the Mantle. We'd love to hear your comments on the YouTube, and if you would like to email us, you can email me, Darius, at intothemantle.com. Thanks for watching.
Words from the wise encourage you, carries all.
They didn't have any sneak exclusive or sneak previews, sneak trailers, or really any kind of exclusives. No real footage of collectibles. In fact, they didn't have any footage of the comics themselves or any of the collectors. It's called the Comic-Con, people. There was no footage of comics.